right, well, so if you haven't done so already, scroll over my big head right here, put on the 3 buttons up there, pin that video. That way my head is even larger than it normally is, so you can see me on here. What a day outside. It's yucky and nasty, so we're going to do some inside stuff. I'm going to do a drill and a game today for you that are really, really, really good to help your golf game, especially your putting. So if you use this drill, I promise you, you will get better at putting. And then the game I'll have you play is really helps with your distance control, teaching you how to hit the ball really soft and all that good stuff. So look forward to doing that. Then we're going to show you a couple things. We're going to talk about some history of the game, some of the great players, things that you can go back in YouTube, because there's so many great articles and videos out there of some of the greatest players in history that you've never had a chance to see, but you can actually go on, look them up, and I'll give you their 6 names. So if you have a piece of paper and a pen and can write those down, or you can go back, since all these videos that we do every single week, and this is week 10 weeks we've been doing this. So you can go back the past 10 weeks and look at all the videos on our First Tee of Greater Charlotte YouTube channel. You can go back and look at this video, get those names, and look them up. Because I think it's cool to know the history of golf and what kind of players we had way back when and the equipment and all that stuff. So we'll get into that here in just a little bit. So today, this week's core value is perseverance. And I'm going to tell you a story in a little bit about that. About how perseverance really comes into play. But, you know, we all know perseverance is not giving up. I just went away there. My phone flipped out on me. We never give up. We keep trying. And our attitude is going to be so important. I tell my son all the time, attitude affects outcome. We got to have a positive attitude and keep trying and keep going. That way we get it. Since the par level has mind as your healthy habit, using your mind is one of your biggest weapons that you're going to have when you play any sport or do anything in life. How you think about things is so important. Once again, that attitude is going to affect the outcome so much. So if you can always have that saying in your mind, attitude affects outcome, I guarantee if you've got a positive attitude, the outcomes are going to be better. If you attack things with a positive attitude, you're going to get more out of it than if you go into it with a negative attitude. Kind of like going into a class, if you don't like a teacher and you go into that class, oh, I hate this teacher, I hate this subject. That's not a positive attitude. You got to learn how to go into it and go, oh, you know what? I may not be good at this subject right now, but if I keep working at it and if I work really hard, I'm going to get better at it and I'm going to be really good at it. May not be my favorite, but I'm going to go into it with a positive attitude. So that's always going to be important in life. Okay, so perseverance, mind. Now, get up. We're going to do a little warm up here. Turn this thing around. Drop this guy down. Drop this guy down. All right, so real quick, working on skipping. I know skipping seems kind of childish almost sometimes, but we are going to go opposites. Make sure that the right knee goes up and the left knee goes up the right hand. And you can even do it backwards. So if you can get up, go across the room, then come back. And this is just a light skip, nothing fast, but I want to see if you can do it backwards as well. So you're training your body to be able to function. We call these proprioceptive messages. So we know where all our body parts are, and we know how to move them separately and independently. All right, so always important. So when we're skipping, right knee, left knee, and it's always the opposite hands. And you can go forwards and backwards and all that good stuff. All right, real quick, we're going to do jumping jacks, slap jacks, and we're going to throw in slide jacks. So a slide jack is this. Our feet are going to be going, so here our feet are going to be going this way. So they're going forward instead of out. And when my right leg goes forward, my left arm's going to go forward. So we're going to be doing opposites on that. So we're going to do 10 jumping jacks, 10 slap jacks, and 10 slide jacks. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 slap jacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now we're gonna do slide jacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that gets your blood going. Once again, we're working on opposites with the slide jack. We're working on opposites with the skipping, so that helps us with our bodies. Now, this is the one thing I'm pretty excited about, is to make sure we work on this putting. And here's what you're gonna need. You're gonna need a putter, obviously, if you're working on putting. And you're gonna need a couple of books. So I've got a couple of thick books. I mean, these are pretty thick books. And I'm gonna set them down, and they're gonna be just barely wider than the putter. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set the putter down right here, and then I'm gonna set the other book just parallel here. So I have to really swing this putter right in between these two books. So the objective is to make sure we always hit the ball right here in the center of the club face. Very, very, very important to get a good spin on the ball, a good roll so it rolls into the hole. Because what happens if I hit it on the toe out here? Look at this. What happens to that club face when I do that? See that twist? Well, if I hit it here on the heel, once again, it twists. But we have a line on the putter here which shows us right there in the middle. So if I hit right here on the middle, there's nowhere near as much twisting, right? So you don't see that face really twisting. So it's important we hit it in the middle. So with this drill, we can line the ball up right in the middle, and we can practice rolling our putts with a good solid strike. And you can just do this over and over and over again. You can hit the ball really solid. Now, it's important that you're not watching the putter head go back and forth. So if you're sitting here and every time the putter moves, your head's moving with it, that's not going to help you groove a good golf swing. So what I would suggest is look where the ball is, and as soon as you hit it, try to still be looking at the spot where that ball was sitting. Great tip for putting. It's really going to help you. This drill right here is awesome. Obviously, putting 2 books on the putting green, if you go to the golf course, aren't as good. So you can always take 2 tees and put them down to represent the books, or you can put a line of tees on each side, or you can put golf balls on each side. You can do all kinds of things to make a channel to swing the putter through. But this is an awesome drill to help you with your putting. Now, down here I've got my lovely friend the zombie. I'll bring his friend down so you can get a good look at it. So I got my zombie. Yeah, it's my zombie target down there. So this game is called 3 knock. So 3 knock means you're going to get 3 putts to get as close to the zombie down there as possible without hitting it. Now, if you're on the putting green, you want to get it as close as possible in 3 shots without the ball going in. And so let's see how good I can do here. So I'm going to put all 3 of these balls here. So that's 1. That's already pretty close. Now I've got to hit this really soft so I don't hit it. So I hit the zombie, it doesn't count. There's 2. Got to hit it even softer. Woo, that's pretty close right there. 3 putts, how close can you get? Here comes the white ball. This is great to be going on a day like this. There's 1. Oh, don't hit it, don't hit it. Woo, just went past it. Ball that way. Look right next to it. And, oh, I think my orange ball's still winning there. So the first ball that hits closest. Let's see how close we can get with this one here. Roll it up to the side. Not get too crazy here. Oh, that one hits. That one's out. So I'll come and we'll grab this here, see what we got. All right, so here we go. We've got the orange ball ends up being the closest one. So if you're at home and you're playing this game with your brother, sister, mom, dad, whoever, if you're the closest, you get to pick the next target that you go to. Fair enough, right? Fair enough. I like that. So you can work your way around the house and then see who can get close, who gets the most points So if you're the closest, you get a point. You pick the next target. So you work your way around the house. Whoever has the most points out of 9 targets is the winner. The other person has to go walk the dog in the rain. Sounds good to me, right? Okay, so going back to history. Last week we talked about golf balls. First ones were rocks. The next ones were made of wood. And then different types of plant. A sap of a tree called gutta percha. And look here, this is an old golf ball from probably 30 years ago. So don't do this unless have your parents help you with this. But I'm gonna cut this thing completely open. It makes a stinky smell from what my coworker said. So we'll get this thing cut open here, hopefully. Have my normal tools with me. And what you're going to see is rubber bands in the middle here. So you've got a cover, and this is the cover right here. It's called Balata. It's a really soft cover, very rubbery substance. The ball would spin a lot. It wasn't hard. And the cover can get cut quite easily. So if you didn't hit your wedge really good, what would happen is you would actually cut the cover of the ball. Kind of crazy. See if I can get some of this rubber band out of here. All right, so there we go.
Is that like a designated like golf ball cutter? It almost looks like it should be.
This is a grip cutter. See this hook on here? So if I'm gonna change the grip on a golf club, I put this on the grip and I slice it right off, and it really gets down there close to the metal or the graphite versus a straight blade.
Where would you find one of those, Coach B?
You could find one of those at the hardware store. You could go to Lowe's. Oh, here we go. Now, man, I'm gonna have to hit the gym, get a little bit stronger here so I can pull this. Oh, man, this thing. Oh, there we go. Can you see that? Look at the rubber bands starting to pop out on it. You can see right there really good the rubber bands. So the more I peel this, the more that this rubber band would start coming apart. Kind of crazy that they got all these rubber bands wound around. There's a little tiny ball in the middle of this, and they wind it super tight. I mean, I can't even push into that. That's super duper tight on there. So that's kind of cool that was the center of a golf ball as early as 20, 30 years ago. And once again, you can see this right here. That's the cover. You can see how thin the cover was. It's not that thick, but that kind of held everything into place. And that's what the players, the best players in the world use that. That's the Titleist was a really, 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 really good golf ball. Now at the bottom of the shoes, and we talked about this, I don't know, 1 or 2 weeks ago, we talked about metal spikes. Look at this. That was on the bottom of your shoes. There were 14 of these on each shoe. So hear that? So that's the metal. So this part would actually go into the green. You had some pretty good traction with these shoes, but if people kind of drug their feet on the green, you can see that 14 of these would really mess up the green. It would look like, we call it a Christmas tree, but this was the old metal spikes. Now they have plastic spikes, but this was the old metal spike, and there was 14 of them on a shoe.